business on display. Yeah, 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 yeah. We gon' put your business on display. I got winners on the way. You know you can't knock the hustle. And if you gotta get in place, then we gon' put your business on display. Grab a seat with Neesha for a minute. And if you got the goods, we can talk about your business. She know what it's like to make a move independently. And I don't fake it's like that. We've been trusting God like that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, we gon' put your business on display.
Welcome back to Neeshas Network. It's the one and only Not Neesha. I am Kristen Dean, and I have the privilege and the honor to interview two very special guests, dynamic marriage duo, fun-loving couple, empty nesters, movers, shakers, leaders in the earth, and my parents, Mr. Wesley and Neesha Stringfellow. Welcome to Neeshas Network.
Hello, daughter.
Thank you.
I almost introduced you as Michelle and Barack Obama again.
No.
How are you guys doing tonight?
We're good.
We're good.
You looking good?
Well, thank you.
Oh, it looks like you have something on your shirt. It looks like you guys have on some sort of fatigue. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Our camo gear?
Yeah.
In general, or just for this week or this year? Right?
Whatever comes to your heart.
So anytime we wear this camo, we are like fighting for marriages. So this year's theme, of course, is the bulletproof your marriage. So we're going to be fatigued up and with all our tactical gear on. So actually, I just put the shirt on and your mommy copied me today. That's what really happened.
Uniformity. We want to be on one accord.
Yes, I agree.
She had such a nice dress on, and then she was like, "You know what? I want to match mine."
Because that's just totally mommy. She's gonna come fly, but she gonna also be on point and ready.
Well, don't let him fool you. He laid out my white jeans yesterday so that we could match for the Sox
game. I was just looking for my stuff.
So that's all. No, you.
The truth comes out. All right. Well, if you guys don't know already from the title, we are celebrating. My parents are celebrating how many years?
33.
33. Oh, dang. That means I'm 32. Bogus. They are celebrating 33 years of marriage, happily married marriage. And that is just such a blessing. And just so happens that their anniversary comes 1 month before the Heart Life Getaway, which we are on year 20. Which 20 what?
22.
22. So this is the 22nd annual Heart Life Marriage Getaway. So we're going to have a good time. We're going to talk about both of those things. But before we get started, I want to do like a little husband-wife icebreaker. So Daddy, tell me, what was the first impression that you got of mommy when you saw her?
Wow. Let me think back that far. So I want to say she was in class already, and she had on this black skirt and a white shirt because the little school she worked at after class, that's what you had to wear, right?
No, I just wasn't allowed to wear pants yet.
But she did anyway, obviously.
You turned me out.
But anyway, I thought that was pretty classy. I like that.
Day, you just like her behind in the skirt. Why are you trying to front? Talk about that was classy.
Exactly.
That's what I said, didn't I?
No. So you like that behind, that backside. And let me tell y'all, I remember growing up, like my daddy would, if my mama had on something that showed, she always had a beautiful figure, showed too much of her nice figure. I just remember my daddy being like, Stringfellow, change your clothes. Like he wouldn't even explain. She would already know, like, okay, I got to go change my clothes or put on a long shawl to cover the backside. That's okay. Blessed.
I don't remember any of that.
I remember everything. And my daddy used to walk up. This is like vivid memories. And my sisters are here to witness. Like my daddy used to just walk up and smack my mama's butt.
You mean you used to?
Yeah. Well, when I lived there.
couple times.
And it was just memories, and that was just normal. I love the way that they show affection, even growing up. So, mommy, what was your first impression of daddy?
I thought he was very smart.
That's not the truth.
What, girl?
No, literally, we were in the same class. We registered late, and I thought he was handsome. And I literally, don't tell anything extra, but I really wanted him to notice me. But it seemed like, and
What's the extra?
the extra was
Just tell the extra.
the extra was that I thought that I really did think, because his grade, the score was great on its curve, and I guess he studied that night or something, you said, and
I did it to impress you.
well, it was impressive because I was like, oh, he's smart and handsome.
You caused me to get an A. The only A I got in college. I did it for you in that one class.
Daddy, you are smart. We get our intelligence from both of y'all. Wait, but what's the story about the dropping of the purse? I feel like I'm missing that. I feel like we're missing that.
Okay. Oh, that is, yeah.
So let me tell the story, because I tell the truth.
Right. What color was my purse?
I don't know what color your purse was.
It actually was a purple.
I don't know what color your purse is today.
It's purple clutch. Okay, go ahead.
So your mama was chasing me in school. She was trying to get at me. So this was her device to get her attention. So she did the whole drop and snatch back thing. Y'all saw that movie? What was that movie?
Oh, bend and snap?
Yeah. She did the whole, but when she dropped her purse, I actually went to help her pick it up. And some other guy ran over there before I got there and picked her stuff up. So I just got on the elevator and left.
And then I tried to hurry up and put everything in there, and it was upside down, unzipped, and everything fell out all over again. So I missed them.
Oh my goodness. Well, Mom, it looks like you had that game back then. That just came to your mind.
I don't know where that game came from, because I was a nice little church girl till I met your daddy.
Okay, whatever.
That means. So what was I?
He was a nice little young man.
Bending and snapping? I don't think so, honey. All right, well.
Wait, I'm going to tell you the whole story, how we really met. How we really, really hooked up. So.
Don't say that.
For those who've been to Chicago State, back in the day, there used to be a long sidewalk from one of the buildings to get to 95th, where you used to catch the bus. So my car was parked near the bus stop, and I saw her walking. I said, oh, she's going to get on the bus. So I'm just going to lay back here, and when she get up here, I'm just going to pull off and be like, hey, don't I got class with you? You need a ride? So that's what I did. And I couldn't get the words out, and she was opening up the door and getting in.
That is not the truth. That is not the truth.
Don't be lying on my mama. I know that's.
But I thought that I was being slick, but your mama peeped me the whole time. She was like, look at him waiting. Look at him. Wait till I get there. So.
Mommy, you weren't afraid you was going to get in trouble? Getting in the car?
Always was afraid, but my love was so strong. The bonds was growing. So I was like, it was magnetic force drawing me to him.
It was lust.
Okay.
Oh, blood of Jesus right now.
Please. Let's keep it PG over here.
How you love me?
Anyway, so that is what got your start. What has been the thing that has kept y'all together after 33 years? What can you say?
I always try to really, really like, all right, so if you do this recipe right here, boom, 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 you'll stay together forever. Which a lot of those things you absolutely do have to do. But I can honestly, and I have to say, that I really believe that our relationship is really just God meant, because we've never been to a period where we just didn't like each other. There were no real challenges. Everything was almost easy, until your mama started. Well,
just started what?
I ain't telling your business. You tell your own business.
So started menopause or something like that.
I don't know what it was.
Oh Lord.
She turned 40 or something. I don't know what it was. She got yourself together. But anyway, so everything that we write in our book, well, I shouldn't say everything. How about 93% of what we write in our book?
That's still an A.
And what we counsel, we absolutely do practice. At least, and we try to do 100%. Doesn't always happen, but So what's your recipe, Beth? Why do you
I think the commitment was made early on when I told him I was pregnant with Kristen, and he said, "Okay, we'll get married." What? Like just like that. He chose me and he committed to me, and that was it for me. Like, because he chose me in a very difficult time, knowing that, what I had to like kind of go through with family and being, pastor's grandchild and all the things I had to go through in the church. The fact that he said, "I choose you and I got you." And to this day, we just talked about this with another couple, that when he says everything's going to be okay, there's a sense of security that makes me want to go the extra mile, like a marathon for him. And so I feel safe in that. And so it could be everything going wrong or whatever, but if what says it's going to be okay, babe, don't worry about it, I got you. It doesn't mean he has a plan. It just means that security is knowing that he'll never let me go. And he made that decision 33 years ago. So that stuck with me. And that's why I go the extra mile. I know I'm a good wife, but I really appreciate and value the security I have in him in marriage. So that him choosing me. So that's the truth.
That's really good. And I feel like that, as along with you guys' commitment to each other, along with you guys' commitment to just the idea of marriage in general, has also like been a part of the glue from my perspective. Like growing up, I got the opportunity to see you guys help marriages before you were certified in the counseling part. You were literally counseling people. You were coming alongside them. And I just saw that y'all were leaders in marriage. And I feel like God set it up that way. So with that being said, tell us how the marriage retreat began. So what was like the idea behind the marriage getaway? How did that get started?
Wow. So we really did not plan on having a marriage ministry at all. What we planned was a dinner for our friends. And just because they were all our friends who were young and married like us, they were going through some stuff, talking about divorce and separation and all these. So we said, you know what? Let's just get together and have a nice, fun dinner. So that's what we did. And 40 couples showed up for this Jamaican night dinner.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, let's just try to keep
it going. We cooked it.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So we said, we need to keep this going. So we attended somebody else's retreat and was like, okay, this is good. Let's try to do it ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. And
That's
think the
amazing.
first one was maybe about 30 couples.
It was 30, a little over 30 couples. Yeah.
Wow. What are your thoughts about that now? Like looking back from where you are now to then, could you have ever imagined that it would grow to what it has been now?
I think for me, I would say, no, I didn't imagine it. But the other piece of that is I never really looked for numbers. I looked for us having a good time. And I think that was the staple behind people showing up that really wanted their marriage. And even those who didn't, because there were some who showed up with divorce papers and they reconciled. So I think that for me, I always tell people, we all register. Me and Wes always invest in ourselves, in even the registration. Even sometimes you're like, why is it our thing? We still got to pay. We're still investing in ourselves and others. But the main thing is that we pray God shows up and that we have a good time. And it's for us. Now, if y'all get the benefits, that's great. But we're going to make sure that we go above and beyond to say this is going to be an experience that you never have had. And we pray that it's good. And it's, I'm going to say we've 99.9%. There may have been a few hiccups every now and then for people, but that's really a half a point percent, literally, over the last 22 years. What do you think?
I agree.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It's work. It's work.
Yeah. I feel like you guys have, it's like almost like you're working and you're doing something and you can't even realize how big it is because you're enjoying it so much. And I know like all the talk about how it's going to be bigger, it's like sometimes like, but I feel like Pastor Kelly said that one year, change, but don't change. Like you guys are true to what Heart Life stands for. So tell us a little bit about what Heart Life stands for and what it's about. And then we're going to go into talking about the marriage getaway, because the whole point of this is so you guys can learn more about the marriage getaway from straight from the horse's mouth. So what is Heart Life, and how is that connected with the marriage getaway? And then tell us more about the name Bulletproof and how you guys come up with that, and what's in store for the marriage getaway this year.
So I'll talk about Heart Life, and then Wes could talk about how he comes up with a theme every year, but that God gives him. But Heart Life was actually founded. It used to be Heart to Heart Christian Ministries, and my mother, your grandmother, she founded, and it was supposed to be a women's ministry. And during that time where she was considering launching Heart to Heart, or she did, we launched the game night, and we were in between churches at the time, and so we knew we needed a covering. So I was like, Mom, can we please, Heart to Heart be our covering for now, and this, that, and the other. So it was Heart to Heart for many years, and then she noticed that families and the marriages and family just started engulfing. We didn't just have marriage getaways. We started having Mother's Day events, and we used to have women's retreats, and we used to have, different things like that. And it became a family event, especially as our family grew. And so with that being said, we are an outreach ministry, nonprofit organization that is based and built on building leaders and reaching the world for Christ, and through a biblically based ministry, and so and faith-based. And so that's what we do. And it's more than just marriage. And so many people think it's just marriage. No, it's not. Heart Life is so beyond. We just recently launched our recovery program for Ross program for substance abuse, homelessness, unemployment, and mental health. And so there's such a big fact. God is growing us. But in regards to, we asked our mother, she said yes. And then she kind of threw the ball in our lap where she was studying to get her graduate doctoral program. She threw the ball at us and said, here, you all run it. And so she is the founder, Dr. Alice Maria Crawford. And then we just have been running Heart Life Ministries ever since, along with family members and lots of friends. So lots of support. And then the Bulletproof getaway.
So the Bulletproof, let's talk about the Bulletproof. I don't really even know I do know. I do know. God just gave it to me. That's normally how he just downloads it every year. Sometimes he does it at the end of the retreat or the getaways. Sometimes it's a little while later. And whatever comes to me, I'm always going to write it down. Sometimes I may have 2 or 3 things. But Bulletproof was what came to us this year, because we really, 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 there are a lot of arrows and daggers coming at married couples. I think that there's a special assignment to destroy families, starting with the marriage. Because if you can break up mom and dad, the rest of the family sometimes is soon to follow. But if mom and dad are good, there's a good chance that the rest of the family is going to be good. If the head is good, everything else will follow. So that's why we came up with Bulletproof this year. And so it's basically the whole armor of God is what we're talking about, but it's just kind of, with a new twist on it. So we're all going to have on our tactical gear, things like that.
Artillery gear, right?
Same thing.
Fatigues, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But could you explain about getaway and retreat? Talk about that early on, because we really don't ever call it a retreat. None of our pluggers say retreat.
I do that. You interviewing me now?
No, I'm just saying, I think people.
This is her platform.
People get confused sometimes. That's all.
So the reason I insisted on calling it a getaway, because that's what it is. It's a getaway for you and your wife, or you and your spouse to get away, and really enjoy yourself. And I'll get back to the name, but the way our getaways are structured is you have plenty of time to spend with your spouse. We don't take up your whole entire day with just dumping knowledge and words of wisdom into you. It doesn't work like that. Friday is very relaxed. We come, we have some fun. We throw a couple nuggets out there that are, based around the theme of what we're going to talk about that weekend. I forgot about the Friday morning is a very casual conversation that we get together in a little circle. Well, it used to be a circle until we started having 200 people. Then it's not a circle anymore. But things like that is what we do. And I forgot what I was going to say.
So
you're gonna explain getaway and
I'll go back to that. So I like the word getaway because sometimes the word retreat has a stigma on it that we'll be sitting around singing kumbaya and telling all our business to everybody. You know, who wants to come to that? I don't want to come. You know, I know a lot of men, they be like, marriage retreat, you know, but if you kind of say getaway, then they think they're actually getting away sometime, which you are, and having a good time. So that's why I call it a getaway.
yeah, I feel like me and Terrence, we're young, we're from the younger crowd. We have so much fun. Like whenever somebody asks me, tell me about the getaway, I'm like, it's fun. That's the best way I can put it to you. Like there's of course the knowledge, like Daddy was saying, there's the knowledge, there's the workshops that we do, but ultimately it's the camaraderie, it's seeing all the couples. It's like seeing all the couples come together unified as one. It's like little armies all over, and I'm super excited about it. And I'm recruiting for the millennials and the Gen, what are they, the Gen X's, the Gen X generation, because they getting married too now. So
why are you turning up your little nose up at the Gen X's?
Gen Z,
whatever they are.
Oh, is it Gen Z's?
It's Gen Z, yeah.
Okay.
Next generation after you. Yeah,
well, I'm not turning my nose up. I'm just saying they're getting married now too. So I'm trying to recruit as much as I can, because if the next generation is not there, it can't continue. So like that's just the most important thing. So anyway, I kind of want to talk about your thoughts on that. So now you have 2 daughters about to get ready to, and sons coming to the marriage getaway. What is that like for you guys? And how do you feel like about reaching the next generation?
Well, I'll add that I just talked about this today somewhere. I don't remember where, but I was saying that we're blessed with you guys, that you all have seen the gift of what ministry looks like, number one, and you accepted Christ on your own. So that's amazing. And your spouses, I feel like we're going to, like, here, you can have it. Like, come on up. You know, I've been waiting a little bit, you know, just to kind of relax and allow some, you all to take the rope. So looking forward to that day. It is a lot of work involving. We know we want you all to enjoy yourself early coming in, but it is a privilege to see that our children want God's perfect plan for their life, and know that they can enjoy marriage and the journey of marriage, even the trials. And then you have tools, I believe, and you are welcome to open to coming to the tools. And I think if it was just tools, most people probably wouldn't come. I think the fun and the tools go together. And I think that that's what makes people say, you know what, this was worth it. You know, it wasn't just us sitting in seminars all the time. It was like, show up to the sneaker ball, you know, and have some fun and dance the night away. So seeing you all and knowing you all like the party, you know, that I know you all will be able to take the reins one day and just be like, make it happen. So I'm grateful that we have your support and that you want it. And then also we know that you're capable. If we ever had to do something different, we know you're capable of handling it. That makes me proud.
That's good. I think about like you not just empowering your kids, you've empowered so many couples along the way. So before I ask you like the last few questions, if this is your time to be Neesha's Network, shout out some of the ministries that have been birthed from Heart Life Ministries. Like what are some of the other getaways that you guys go to, or just some of the things that you've seen some of the couples do? Any highlights that come to mind?
Well, not necessarily birthed from us, because they were their own.
Yeah.
But we have created some really, 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 really good friends and partners, and that are doing the same thing that we do. And what I really love about it is we're doing the same thing, but there's no competition. We invite them on, they invite us on, we get together, they have a getaway or retreat, we go and help out. They come to ours, do the same. And they're, man, you want to start naming all the connections?
I don't want to start with DCCM, Divine Connections Christian Ministry, because Katina and Patrick Owens were one of the big catapults for us to jumpstart it. And they literally, Pat has gone on to be with the Lord, but Katina's still operating in ministry and doing great things. And we believe God is going to continue to allow her to move forward, but and more. But DCCM, Divine Connection Christian Ministries, they were sitting in our basement, and they were like, we helped them a little bit with the name, because God just dropped it in my spirit, Divine Connections. And they were branching off from their local assembly, and they wanted to jump on their own. And that was one of the things that they always said when they came, that they honored us for that. But it was just a seed, and they ran with it. So it has been so fruitful. And then Couples Committed to Be One, that's Mike and Michelle Cooper. They are amazing. They were birthed out of DCCM, and they came.
They were ready to divorce.
They were in a bad space. But God just really restored them, and they are still blessing couples. And so we attend their getaways, and I could go on and on. There's countless. I could go on and on with.
And along the way, I mean, the Partners in Crime.
Yes. Mark and Rhonda White.
The Appletons have started their own marriage ministry.
Yep.
I know. See, I don't want to start naming, because I know we're going to forget people, but there are so many connections.
The Hortons, Mission Possible Marriage Institute, Joel and Naomi Mitchell with Marriage Investors. I could keep going, but it's countless. And we partnered with Atlanta with Hassani and Danielle Pettiford, with Couples Academy. So much. It's just too many. And I know I'm going to forget somebody. So we didn't know that question was coming up.
Well, the point of me asking that was not necessarily to name the people, but just to kind of make you guys reflect on like how many couples that you've empowered to do whatever it is they're doing, whether that be by partnering, whether that be by planting a seed or watering a seed, or just keeping the marriage together so that they can fulfill purpose. And I just feel like that is the core of the marriage getaway. When you come to the marriage getaway, you're inspired and not just by my parents, but by all of the couples that are there, to say, okay, we can do this, and this is fun, and this is something good, and this is exciting. So I just wanted to kind of make you guys reflect on like all that's happened in the past 20 years. But before we close out, I want to ask you, what is one of your favorite memories from a marriage getaway? Whether that be like on the spiritual side or just the fun side, what is a memory that you can grab hold of that you never forget?
I don't know. One of them I probably won't say, but
come on. That's what the people want.
Okay. It's bad. So we played a game that is still popular.
No,
I can't. Okay. Wes won't allow me to say it. So, but we played games early on. And I have to give a shout out to Heart Life Marriage Team, because we couldn't do it without Heart Life Marriage Team. So no names, just everybody. But I'll just say early on, it was our family, and then a few of our friends. And one of the games, How Well You Know Your Mate, was risque. And, it was a lot of questions that were very interesting. That's all I'm going to say. But my biggest memory, God rest my sister's soul, Lynetta Smith, Smitty and Lynetta. This will probably choke me up a little bit, but Wes gave the assignment of $5, and you had to come with a gift for $5 that commemorated something about your marriage. And it had to be valuable, but it had to represent your marriage. And I'll never forget this. Lynetta, oh my gosh. Lynetta was my very good friend. And the Lord called her home about 6 years ago, almost 7 now. And she gave Smitty a check for $1 million and told him he could cash it. And I won't go into details about that, but she told him that he would be able to. And I believe God brought that to fruition, probably not while she was alive, but thinking about that meant the world to him, because she was a very committed, loyal person to her family. They have 12 kids. And now their kids, some of them are having grandchildren. I think the twins are 7 or 8 now. But just a blessing to remember that $5, it doesn't take much to let you know how special you are to your spouse. You don't have to go out and just buy diamonds and rubies and pearls. You can literally take something small that will stick to the heart more than stick to a materialistic thing. That was my memory. Sorry for getting choked up. Miss my friend.
Need some tissue.
It's okay. It's okay. That's what we're here for.
What's your
Daddy, what's your memory?
I honestly don't have just one. I don't. Well, no, I don't have just one memory. I don't know.
Okay.
It's go ahead, Chris. What are you gonna ask?
I was just gonna say, can you give maybe like your favorite part, like, or what's something that sticks out to you?
So that's a good question. So one of the things that I am most proud of, and I tell people this, and I really wish sometimes people would really get a hold of this. Our team, I don't want to say misfits, but our team is made up of real testimonies. Everybody on our team went through their own struggle. They either came to the getaway and got a new awakening, or we coached or counseled them at some point. Then they came on board. So when you see our team, it's a team of real people. It's not just a team of somebody who got married and just thought it would be fun to get together. These are real people who have real issues. Some of them still have the same or some issues and still struggling, but yet they keep coming, they keep helping, they keep fighting, and they never give up. And I really believe that connection is what keeps them together. And sadly to say, we do know some couples who, they weren't really from our ministry, but they were from one of the ministries that we named. And they just kind of fell apart or fell away. And they were an integral part of that ministry. And on doing so, their marriage started to crumble. And they had set a date for divorce and everything. I don't think they divorced. I don't think it went through,
No,
but
they're doing good.
they had set a date because they lost that connection. Sometimes when you come, I promise you, if you come to a getaway, there is a couple there who is either going through, or about to go through what you're going through. And then when you start talking and telling people, especially when the men get together, you find out that we're all going through the same struggles, the same issues, nothing's different. And we're able to help each other, encourage each other, and just really make it a good weekend. It's really an experience. But I think if I have one proud moment, which is not really proud, I shouldn't say I'm proud, but so some of the getaways, or most of them, I'll do some DJing, and I was beating that box so bad, and one of our attendants got loose and ended up injuring themselves because I was beating them too hard.
She broke her foot.
She broke her foot. Dance in the house.
DJs, did that, huh? I'm just kidding.
No, I think I loved hearing the stories, and I growing up, listening and watching and just like hearing the recaps when I came home, it was like something exciting to look forward to about marriage. So I just feel excited to be a part of it now. And I think one thing that you said, Daddy, was so key, that you can come if your marriage is amazing, and you can come if your marriage is trash, and all that's in between. This getaway is for you and your marriage. Not if you're married to the money. I saw Marcy comment. You got to be married to somebody. Yeah. So I'm just like pleading with people to just give it a try. And so the last question I want to ask is, like, one other thing I got to see up close was you guys constantly working together. Whether you really knew it or not, this is like your business that you work together with, and learning your different work styles. And of course that produces conflict, but I've seen you overcome it, like year by year, stick it out, be better for it. So tell us about your experiences while planning, and like how you come together with such different work styles.
It's all a facade. You do not see the struggle. That is for sure. But we've learned, we've been doing this for 22 years and we still have the same struggles.
Yeah.
But we struggle less. How about that? Struggle
less. And so you'll say, Wes will say, your dad will say, Neesha, come here for a minute. Like, he has to like grab my attention, because when I get on the grounds of that getaway, my mind is gone. I can't even hear him.
I know. I just
And
said that. I'll see you Sunday.
He always says that on Friday when we get, or Thursday when we arrive, he said, I'll see you Sunday. And I know what that means. We're both in our zone of the areas where we're gifted. And I think that's where couples have to realize, what you always say is don't tolerate your differences, celebrate them, but make sure you stay connected. And I think that is something that we engage in, because when the conference is going on and when the getaway and the speakers, I tune out my surroundings. I'm there for me and for Wes. When they say do FaceTime and we have to turn to each other, I'm not thinking about nobody else. I'm thinking about that I have to invest in me, because whatever's happened going around, everybody should be connected. Because at the end of the day, what is the scripture? I don't know where it is, but what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his own soul? So we're not trying to lose our soul. We have to stay focused and stay connected to the source that's keeping us together, and do the work that keeps us focused and grounded. So I think that's one thing. We do fight every retreat. We fight when we have to speak. I don't want to say fight. Like, we study different. Like, I write a book, he has an outline, it's different, but and then he comes and trashes my book.
That's how it gets started right there.
He trashed my book, all the work I did.
It's not trashing.
What you call it? What you call it? You're just a manager. So he manages my book.
Put it in order. Just like what you pay Kristen and all these other people to do for your writings and stuff. That's what I do. So when I do it, I'm trashing, and they do it, they're helping you.
Okay, all right. Keep it down over there. Make me get my belt now. But I feel like what you said, Mommy, like what that translates to me as is that operating in your purpose has kept y'all together. Like, operating in your purpose to help other people, and like your purpose is working for you. It's working for you to stay connected to your spouse. And I feel like that is the point, to discover together why y'all are together, because there's a point, and to be around other couples who are doing the dang on thing. I can't curse on this platform. Who are doing the thing, like they are doing it. And it's so inspiring. And it's like every year little seeds have been dropped into me and Terrence. And now for the first year, like since we've been married, we've liked each other for real. And we actually get to present. So millennial marriages, make sure y'all are there to catch us. It's our first time, and I appreciate the opportunity and the just the trust because our parents care for these marriages like a newborn baby. They look at each of them as individuals. They pray for you guys. They are dedicated to the cause. And I just couldn't be more proud to be in the line or the lineup for something so spectacular. So with that being said, is there any last pitches or words you want to say? I know, Mom. Don't worry, I got you, girl.
No, you can have it. I just wanted to say one thing when you were talking about the first year. It's so funny that every time somebody signs up for the team, and we signed Kristen and Terrence up as soon as they got married, and all kind of bullets start flying every year for the last 5-6 years. And so what I'm grateful for is that they pushed through it and they didn't give up. And it doesn't mean that you can't make it. It just means you have to do the work and apply the tools and go to counseling and do those things. But what I wanted to say was, when you're on the way and make a decision, say yes, look for bullets. But if you have on your bulletproof armor of God, and you know that them bullets are going to come, so beware that they will come to try to shut you down. You know how many people call us the week before talk about, we're not going no more. And we do the work. We want our money back.
Some be like, we don't care. You can keep the money. We just ain't coming.
We're just not coming. And we have to do extra ammunition work to go back, build them up, say, give God a try. Not Wes and Neesha, not the getaway.
Just
come and let God. Yes.
Just bring yourself.
All right. What's your last words, Daddy? Or did you agree with her last words?
I agree with her last words. They were good.
All right. Well, happy anniversary to my mom and dad. I'm at Yellie's house. We are the products of 33 years of marriage, plus Nia. She left. Yeah, Nia left. Nia be gone.
I think
but we are so thankful. Huh?
Yellie just got married early so she can come to the getaway.
Basically. Your roof comes out, don't it? I'm just playing. So we are excited to come. If you haven't registered already, the link is in the chat. Please click on it, register. I love you guys, and I'm thankful for you. And that is all for today.
I do have one thing to say before we go, since we're almost ending. You know, I remember when you guys were little or in high school, and you would be so thirsty to hear every detail of the retreat. And I didn't really realize how much you guys were just soaking in and thirsty about it. But
yeah, every year we do a debriefing of just how it went. Yes, we would. We would all gather together, and y'all would tell us about all of the highlights and just things that you learned. And I feel like y'all have come so far from there, and it's only up from here.
Yes. Thank you so much for interviewing us today on our anniversary. And thank you to everyone that wished us a happy anniversary.
Subscribe to Neeshas Network. Do you know what tomorrow is? It's their anniversary. It's their anniversary. Hey, hey, hey.
right, we're losing people now.
Bye.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh.